Dragon Brawlers, and welcome to Play and Skilled. My name is Loki, and I'm joined by Mr. Boo himself.
Boo! I'm very excited to do today's reveals. We're going to break down the entire yellow Majin Buu deck from Power Absorb?
I think so.
Zenkai Series 3, BT20.
Yeah.
Let's get straight into it with the
Power
Majin
Absorb.
Buu leader.
So we're starting with the leader.
Yeah.
Majin Buu, all happy and fat.
Yeah, Fat Buu best.
Yes. When he attacks, draw a card, and activate
Standard.
main once per turn. Look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck for a yellow Majin card with cost 6 or less. Add it to your hand, and then you discard. So it's not exactly card advantage. You have card advantage when you attack, but if you don't attack, so for example, if you go first, it actually doesn't net you advantage. Which is a bit worrying. And then awaken when your life is 4 or less, or you have a yellow Majin Z battle card with cost of 2 or more in play. You draw one card and switch one of your energy to active mode, and then add cards from your life until you have 6.
Yeah, so pretty standard there. I do actually like the activate main alongside the attack as well, right? Because on the turns where you can swing, that is quite a powerful turn. And we do know later down the line there is payoffs for when you discard a Boo from your hand. You can do some stuff with it. We'll get into them later down the line. So there is potential value in there as well.
Wouldn't the Saiyan Instincts also work in this deck?
Saying instincts. Oh, that is actually not a bad shout. You wouldn't be able to grab it from the top 5, but you could discard from your hand.
It's going to be a card you can discard. It's also not a Majin card, so the other thing I was looking at, because we're going to be looking at other cards, you might want to run some of the old Majin cards, like the Red Boo and things like that. But that's.
I mean, there's probably fringe cases for it, I think. There's definitely some interesting interactions. And if they do go in the line support of, like, if they do blue-yellow and do it alongside the set 6, set 3 Boo stuff, I think there could be a very cool multicolour deck in there.
More seeing that. Then we awaken into
yeah.
Majin Buu Absorption Complete.
Or discard 1 yellow card from your hand. When this card attacks, draw 2. Pretty good.
I mean, Saiyan Instinct works with this one.
Yep, that is
the
true.
Yellow card.
Auto, once per turn, if it's your opponent's turn, when you play a yellow Majin card, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and switch it to rest mode. I actually really dig this auto, but it's very reliant on you being able to play Majins in your opponent's turn.
Yeah, that's kind of... I mean, I know why, because a lot of them play from combo.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to do that fairly easily.
Yes.
But it's still a bit...
Yeah, it's the fact that it can rest the unisons, I think, is what really pushes it over the edge for me, thinking that it's fine to just be doing it like that, because it's a very powerful effect, and it forces your opponents to sequence maybe in ways they don't want to.
Makes it for a bit awkward Majin Buu, right? Because all of them have a very specific steps as they go up.
Yes, that is very true.
You need to find your very specific steps in evolution. That's a bit of a problem.
So we kind of have a few boss monsters in this deck, so let's break them down because I believe they're up next.
Yes, so first one is Power Manifest.
8 drop, 5 specified, if my eyes are correct. Yes. I think it's 5 specified. It's Buuhan, so thumbs up already. Best form of Buu, the most strongest, don't at me. 25k, triple strike. Auto, limit 1, yellow energy. If your leader is a Majin Buu or Evil Wizard Babidi card, both yellow, it's your opponent's turn, and you choose one of your yellow Majin cards with an energy cost of 6 in rest mode. At the end of a battle where this card is used in a combo, you play the card in active mode from the drop on that card.
So that's what I was talking about. You need to find it exactly on top of a 6 drop, and then you have cards that go exactly on top of a 3 drop, and then you have a card that goes exactly on top of a 2 drop.
It's very much it's almost like a specific evolve, right? Like, without saying evolve on top of this card, this is like their way of being like, you are progressing this way. There's no cheesing it from like or less or something like that. I think that makes sense, right? Like, from a theme standpoint, it makes sense. If you have the auto limit 5, wait, no, Auto limit 5. Auto limit 1 if you have 5 or more energy and there are 5 margin cards under this card. When this card attacks, it gets 10k power for the turn. And at the end of the battle, place this card in its owner's drop and play up to 1 yellow margin with 30k power from your hand. Which leads us on to...
Yes, it leads us on to Majin Buu Vile Onslaught, which is another 8-drop with 30,000 power this time.
Mm-hmm.
One cost 10k combo, which we haven't seen that often, but of course this deck needs cards like this for a very good reason.
Mm.
It's Deflect and only double strike compared to the other one, which was triple strike. If your leader is a yellow Majin Buu card, when this card is played by another card's skill, it gains barrier and dual attack. Then you choose up to 2 of your opponent's cards, switch them to rest mode, and they can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. It's any card.
It's really strong.
Leader,
this is a
unison,
very strong
energy. You just lock them up.
Yeah, it's just a very strong effect.
And then auto limit 1 when you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or Evil Wizard Babidi card skills to discard this card from your hand. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. This is a limit 1.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, I guess. And
Yeah.
activate main, limit 1, pay 1 yellow if your leader is yellow and you have 4 more energy, play this card from your hand. So it's a 1-drop 30k double strike.
Yeah.
In the
So
worst
yeah,
case.
you don't get the first effect if you use its own effect to play it.
Yes.
But again, if 30k double strike, that will land because it has deflect.
Yeah.
It's scary.
So I must say, I really like the fact that the previous 8-drop sacrifices itself to play this one because that
So then it doesn't become a 40k.
Beside that, you have that theme that this Buu actually discarded a lot of powers he absorbed to go back to his natural form.
Yeah, that's true. So like again, theming on this set has been very much on point.
The theme on this particular one I'm surprised that you haven't picked on that one up. Because Buu is
that's true.
Your thing.
Buu is more of my thing, but yeah, no, it's a really nice little. It's like nice extra bits of flavor in the card text, and you gotta love that. You've got to love that. Next up,
Majin Buu Intelligence Manifest. So a 4-drop. So I'm going a bit of a off curve here, but it's fine. It's a 4-drop, 15,000 power, 5k combo, deflect blocker. Which is actually fairly interesting. When we're going to see another support for this archetype later on. So auto limit 1, and all of them are going to share this auto, where it costs 1 yellow. If your leader is Majin Buu or Evil Wizard Babidi, both yellow, it's your opponent's turn, and you choose one of your yellow Majin cards with a specific cost. This one is looking for cost of 2. At the end of the battle where this card was used in a combo, play this from your drop in active mode on top of the chosen cards.
gloopity gloop.
But you do need to choose a card in rest mode, which means you need to attack first, but then most likely you're just going to use this to save that card.
Yeah.
And then, again, all of them are going to share the same activate main, to the extent. Limit 1 if you have a specific amount of Majin cards under this card, in this case it's 3, and you discard 1 or more Majin cards from your hand. This card gains power equal to the total combo power of the cards discarded by this skill for the turn. Additionally, so you combo for free if you. That's why I mentioned that you want the 10k combo. Because usually you don't pay for that, you just discard it to give them.
Exactly,
10K.
and you also proc a rest there, so you could rest a blocker or something.
But that's why I was also talking about using the old Majin cards, because in this set there is only one Majin card that has 10k combo.
Yeah.
And that's the 8-drop we've just seen. So you might want to use one of the old ones that do have a printed 10k combo.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair shout.
Additionally, if this card has 25,000 power or more, draw 1 card, and this card gains dual attack for the turn. So this is your payoff for that, right? You need to discard at least 2 cards with 5k combo power, or 1 10k card to get this effect. And I think that's fine. That's a really fun idea, because it also, if you discard 2 5ks, you still get to draw 1 card, so you still essentially discarded 1 card here.
Yeah. And then you also get the net benefit of the dual attack, so you can swing twice, or you can get the blocker. It's up to you. Because again, if you're gonna do it on a turn where, you can go up the chain, get those 2 swings in at 25k, then go to your next step.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a lot here that really will play out when you're actually sequencing it on board, just like the blue one, which when you look at it on paper is kind of tricky because of all the playing from the energy and then you're putting cards back into your energy. But when you play it, it feels super smooth and natural to pull it off. And I think this will be the same thing.
But this Buu leader at least has an advantage that it can use Overwhelm, which I think is going to be really scary here.
Yes, because the old blue one wouldn't let you send cards from your drop to the warp.
And this one, you fill your drop and you're still able to Overwhelm. I think that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, the end game for this deck is going to be quite scary.
Yes, but it's a nice thing that the combo upgrade is only during your opponent's turn, so you can't just ditch it because they play in active mode. If you could do that all in your turn, that would be so scary.
Yeah, this is my things just keep getting stronger. Surprise! And again, it comes back to that feeling against fighting Buu.
Yeah, they gain the power and then they play it on top, which means that they keep the power change. And they were just going bigger and bigger and bigger. And then suddenly
I thought I was going to kill your Majin Buu. Nope, it's Buu color now. Oh, it's Buu tanks. Oh, it's Buuhan. Oh, and now that I've got Kid Buu to deal with, god dang.
And I was about to say, that 8-drop, which has base 25,000, suddenly it would become, you have 3 steps between? 4 steps between, right? Because there's 2, 4, 6, 3.
Yeah.
And so it would be 55. Triple strike.
And that is a triple strike.
That would be scary.
That is scary.
Next one is Talent Manifest. So this one is a 6-drop. Double strike, 20,000 power. The same auto. This one goes on top of a 4-drop in rest mode. So after you block, because the other one is blocker, goes to rest mode. And if there are 4 or more cards under him, you discard 1 or more. This card gains power equal to discarded combo power. And if there's 30,000 power or more, you draw 1 card and play Majin token. 15,000 power. I think the green Majin Buu was doing something with the Majin tokens, wasn't it?
Yeah, it allowed you to use them as cost for stuff. It's a nice little effect, and I really like how each of them have a sense of identity. It's very interesting. So you've got a bit more aggressive with the Buu tanks, and it also keeps that the Buu tokens, which it's what the deck did. And then you've got Buchla, which is more protective, which is in Piccolo's nature. Buuhan, which is trying to finish the thing, which is Ultimate Gohan was meant to finish Buu.
Yes.
So and then Kid Buu just comes down. I've destroyed my entire chain because I'm going to go for you for a final swing, and then I can overrun on top of that. Everything this deck is doing just makes me excited to play it.
It's looking really, really fun. I must say, it is gimmicky, but it seems like it's going to be fun gimmicky.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Moving on. Majin Buu, Nightmarish Glimpse.
So a 3-drop with 1 specified yellow, 0/5 combo, 15k base. Unique auto limit 1, which is the same here, and you have 2 more energy when you use it on a yellow combo. Oh wait, no, this is different.
This is different.
Okay.
Slightly different.
And you have to, when you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or either wizard card skills to discard this card from your hand, you play it. There you go. That's okay. So it's one of them. Yeah. So you pay 1 to play it after you've just ditched it from your activate main or for skills or whatever.
When you attack with your awakened leader, discard this, draw 2 cards, pay 1 to play this.
Yeah. Awesome. This one isn't in your opponent's turn either.
Yes, and it comes in an active mode. So it doesn't say that it's played in rest or something. And it has activate main as well.
Discard 1 or more Majin cards from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO it, and this card gains the power equal to the total combo of the cards discarded for the turn. So, it's not barrier removal, but for pay 1 to remove 1.
No, it's as long as this card is on board, it's discard 1 card to KO 1 card in rest mode.
Yeah.
And make this into 20k for wherever it matters. But you can just discard 1 card. It doesn't require you to discard multiple cards. It doesn't require you to get specific power level. It's just discard 1, kill 1.
Yeah, that's true. And that's really beneficial, especially in this deck where... Ooh, question.
Answer.
So, I had to hit main, I ditched my Kid Buu. Would Kid Buu's auto let me rest something first, then I kill it? Or I have to KO something in rest mode before the Buu lets me rest it?
Ooh, question.
Because you've paid the cost, but
Good
is it
question.
impending? That is yeah.
Uh, as far as I know, the autos go pending after you resolve the activate main.
Okay. That's fine. That's what I was thinking would happen. But I feel like if there's that interaction there as well, then that's
If that
scary.
was the interaction, then that would be really scary because you could not leave anything on board without barrier.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Next up, I make it. We have shocking regeneration.
That is correct.
A one drop extra card. We've not seen that many extra cards for yellow.
Yeah, I
Permanent.
think we only have one.
If your leader is a yellow, no, the spirit bomb's an extra card.
Uh,
If your leader card is a yellow Majin Buu Z leader, you can activate this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. That's pretty
which
decent.
that is scary because it's a zero cost extra card, isn't it?
Yeah. Activate main, limit 1. If your leader is a yellow Majin Buu card and you discard a Majin card from your hand, draw 2. So 4-0, I ditch one, which means I'm probably going to proc an effect, and then also get 2 cards.
Yeah. Bear in mind, you're not going to proc the effect of the cards we've seen as the payoffs right now, the 3 drop and 8 drop, because you don't discard using your
Oh, yeah.
Majin Buu or Babidi's skill.
True, but if you're running Saiyan Instincts, this is a perfect.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, no, you
No,
have to discard the Majin, so it
card.
wouldn't work.
It's really weird.
Interesting. I guess it's a desperation move.
It's something that lets you fix your
Feel
hand.
me.
I think if you find yourself having 3 6 drops and you can't use 3 6 drops, you just discard one, draw 2, and then discard another one with your leader, draw 2. Because I think that's why this card exists, and that's why your leader also lets you, in a way, draw 2 cards. Is so you can set up that combo. And I think that's where the deck is going to struggle, because you're going to find yourself off combo.
Yeah, that could be. I think that's a really good point, right? If you don't see the right number at the right time, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah.
Like we could have done with seeing something like oh, I can't remember the extra card. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. It's like you take top 7 for a Majin Buu. That's free or less.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
The one that costed you a game.
The one that cost me a game because I was nervous on stream. Majin Buu, 2 hearts. Next. Or have we got Apocalyptic Awakening?
Apocalyptic Awakening.
Then take it away.
So this is our Z leader with 2 Z energy cost. Z energy, by the way, also very difficult to charge in this deck, right? Because you either discard your cards or you play them after comboing.
Yeah, true.
1 yellow energy when your life is 4 or less on top of a yellow Majin Buu. Auto once per turn, when you play a yellow Majin card, choose one of your opponent's battle or unison cards and switch it to rest mode, and that's during either player's turn.
Yep. So
that's
get
really cool.
that bit stronger, and then it's just like, haha, rest everything.
It keeps the attack auto, discard 1 yellow card from your hand when discard attacks, draw 2 cards. And then gains an auto once per turn only during your turn when you use a skill to increase the power of one of your battle cards, so one of those activate mains. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, KO it, choose one of keyword skills on that card, and discard against that skill for the turn.
This is genuinely probably
so you have a
one
barrier
of the scariest.
Removal on your
leader. Consistent barrier removal, right? Because all you have to do is get any of those cards, discard just to gain that power, and this will proc.
Bear in mind, this effect would work with. I know Sensu can only be used during your opponent's turn now, but works with any effect that increases power of your cards.
That's true. Oh, what's the? I'm blanking on it. Maybe I don't know what it is.
The Self-Awakeners. When I attack, take a life, gain 10k power. I just increase the power I work to KO one of your cards in rest mode.
Yeah. This is very intriguing.
Yeah. This is a powerful skill.
Oh yeah, the skill hands down is stupidly good. Because it will punish. So your opponent swings with whatever, and then you punish. If you survive that thing, which it's yellow. You can survive turns very easily.
Vegeta's Final Flash.
Yeah, yeah. You go in an aggressive swing at your opponent's face. I pop
Whatever
your
you
combo
have
with
in
triple
rest mode
strike.
there, and I'm going
Yeah,
to
your
neg
combo with triple strike. Okay, I'll take that's triple strike now. I'm swinging 30k already.
exactly. And in the process, I'm also going to neg the skills of one of your cards.
Which I'll then rest with something else because I'll play a Boo.
Exactly.
And then that sets me up. Yeah, yeah. It's a very powerful leader, very scary. Excellent use of the Z leader mechanic, in my opinion. Yeah,
Really fun.
I really love it.
Now we have Majin Buu 2 Hearts, which restrict Majin Buu has a huge problem with the Z deck.
Yes, this is the downfall of the deck, but it's going to take time to play it to know if it's a true downfall because you're limited to 7 cards in your Z deck. Your Z leader is going to be one of them.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of them. Then you've got the other 2 that are going to be underneath it, which we'll talk about in a second. So that's already, if you're just running one of each, 4 cards. Yeah. You've got the option to run
another set of those, or some other stuff. And let's be honest, you do want to run Oolong.
Oolong would be great in this deck, right? Oh, I'm just going to match map that 30k.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you run Oolong in here?
So
and you can also run Creator Absorbed, right?
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you doing the Oolong Creator Absorb strat.
Which
I hate that it's such a good strat.
Yeah, man.
But it's super funny, and I love it every time I see it.
So, a 2-drop Z battle card with 1 Z energy cost, 10,000 power, deflect, and Z stack 2 for yellow Majin battle card with cost of 1. So it's going to be getting up to 2 yellow 1-drops Majins from your Z deck underneath it. Activate main, limit 1 if there are 2 cards under this card. So if you use the Z stack and you discard 1 or more yellow Majin card from your hand, this card gains power equal to the total combo power, yada yada. And if it has 20,000 power, you draw 1 card and gains dual attack. So the thing is that this is your starter, because your 4-drop plays on top of a 2-drop.
That is true.
Only 2-drop. And has no other way to be played.
Yeah, I really wish it played on the 3-drop as well. But
yeah, and that 4-drop also requires to have 3 cards underneath it. So you do need to play it with Z-Stack. So at most this deck can run 2 starters. If those 2 starters are removed before they can use their effect, then the whole deck suddenly does nothing.
Yeah, it's rough.
Moving on, let's talk about the 1-drops.
Yeah.
So, Majin Buu, Heart of Evil. 1-drop with 1 Z energy, 1000 power, Z stack 1 for another 1-drop. And permanent, while this card is under a yellow Majin card with an energy cost of 2 or more in your battle area, the card above this gains barrier. So
I really like this.
Your whole stack gets barrier, and this is amazing.
Yeah, I this is the kind of thing I was kind of hoping we see with Z-Stack.
Yeah.
And it kind of just makes the future of what this keyword can be really cool.
Yes, but you need more space in the Z deck.
Yeah, I think we're going to run into an issue by the end of the Z series where the Z deck is probably gonna have to increase from 7.
Yes, I know why they did 7, because the 7 Dragon
Makes
Balls
sense.
And things like that, but it just
I don't have a problem like picking and matching what I want to do, but when your deck revolves around a specific thing coming from the Z deck with the C stack mechanic, you need that little bit extra just to have those tech choices in there. And to be fair, you can sideboard your Z deck, but again, your strategy is pivotal to this Z deck. Yeah. So if you take cards out of it, you make your strategy less consistent.
And let's be honest, Heart of Evil is one of the cards that you might want to run more than just the one that you use for your Z stack for the 2 hearts.
Yeah.
Activate main, pay 1 yellow. If your leader is a Majin Buu or Babidi, both yellow, and you have 4 more energy, you place up to 1 yellow Majin card from your drop under this card, and play up to one Majin Buu Intelligence Manifest from your hand on top of this card. And Intelligence Manifest
is Bukala.
Yes, it's a 4-drop.
Yeah.
So this can be your other starter, but it costs you. I mean, it costs you 2 energy, and it goes straight into that.
Yeah, it's a less efficient way.
Yes, I mean, yes, you still need to draw that 4-drop, and it gains barrier. But then you don't have enough cards underneath it to use the effect. Because you need to have 3 cards underneath for... Yeah. And this one is just going to be... this. Oh no, you can do the Z stack, right? If you still have cards in your Z deck to Z stack.
Yeah. I mean, there is that option there.
So if you Z stack, then you have enough. But then... that limits you even further.
Yeah, it's a rough, like, I think it's an issue that they're gonna run it. Like, I just can't see a world where you have this kind of mechanic and it not be increased down the line.
It's such a cool mechanic, and I think this Buu is going to suffer because it doesn't have enough. My question is also, as there is a Z battle card underneath another card, what happens if that card is removed from battle area? Because those Z battle cards are technically not existing in the battle area at that point. Are they removed from game or are they put in the drop?
That's an interesting question.
Because if they put in the drop, I would not put it beside them to put a tournament pack promo that recycles.
That would be interesting, but
Babidi or BBD that recycles by doing the ball.
Yeah, I could see it. Depending on how it's ruled.
Yeah.
So then we got Majin Buu Heart of Good. So we've had the Heart of Evil, now we've got the Heart of Good. A 1-drop with 1 Z energy. While this card is under a yellow margin card with an energy cost of 2 or more in a battle area, the card above can't be KO'd once per turn. Really nice effect. It will save you from opponents just like spam rushing into your rested cards if you know, if they somehow combo up and be like, I'm going to take you down. Also, question. So say you negate the skills on the card above it. It doesn't stop this, right?
No, it doesn't. I think the main play is you play the 2-drop, you attack with a 2-drop, they attack into you, and then you combo the 4-drop. It doesn't matter on the whole attack, because it's not going to KO the battle card.
Yeah.
And then you get the 4-drop in active mode, which is again going to be protected again because it's a new card.
Yeah, true.
And it's going to still keep the barrier.
Yeah, really good point. And then so activate main, 1 yellow, choose 1 other yellow margin card in your battle area and place 1 card from your hand under that card in the drop. Place this card underneath it. So you can swap them out, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's another thing that makes me think that we might get some sort of a recycle.
Yeah, I that's got to be something we have to check with Fash, I think. Because if I pick this underneath a card, it's technically not a battle card in play, right? So then if I put it in my drop via this own skill, it's like, is it technically going to get removed from the game because it's left the battle area, or is it because it's never been in play? It's good. I'm intrigued to see how.
This is such a weird thing, right?
Yeah, maybe we're overthinking it, and the answer is just it's left the battlefield. It's removed from the game. But if you guys do know and you already have the answer to it, let us know in the comments below. We do appreciate it when we do get things wrong being corrected. That is important. So yeah, next up we have a skillless Deborah.
No.
We have the super combo.
No.
Oh.
Majin Buu the Innocent. So it's a 1-drop Majin Buu with 4000 power and 5k combo. Auto limit 1 if your leader is Majin Buu or Babidi card, both yellow. When you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or Babidi cards to discard this card from your hand, play it from your drop.
Amazing.
And when it's played, you look at the top 7 and search for yellow Majin Buu with cost 6 or less to your hand.
So you open this, you use your leader's activated main, you ditch this to search twice off of the top 7. I think that's really cool synergistically.
And then we have a second a payoff for this card as well, Majin Buu Budding Evil, which does exactly the same thing. It has exactly the same stats, but when it's played, it draws a card instead of searching.
Yeah.
Both are
So
limit
not only
1, so it's alright. But those are the cards that you want to be discarding for your skills, quite obviously. And those are going to be the cards that you have 4 of in your deck.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you need to see them as soon as possible, and they're your consistency, right?
Yeah, that's true. No, Quick Shift Boo was blue, wasn't it? I'm just thinking, it's like this might actually be there might be cases here for running Quick Shift again, but I'm like, no, I think
Didn't discard.
yeah, the ones where when you combo them, you can put cards from your hand back into your deck, and then I just can't remember what the yellow one was. I thought it was Boo, but I'm now thinking the blue one was Boo.
Boo was.
Quick Shift was
Krillin?
like black was Krillin.
Black was Krillin.
At least I thought it was.
Oh yeah, because Krillin was super combo. That's what I was thinking about.
Then we got Dabura and Babidi, which are the super combos and
super
skill
combo,
assist.
sparking and
which I think makes sense in this deck.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're going to have sparking fairly quickly. It feels gimmicky and it feels like it has one line.
Yeah, it's going to be very easy to counter because its strategy is so thingy. But I think there is a lot of potential here in that Z leader, especially.
I think building around Z leader rather than around chain is going to be the crucial thing here.
Yeah, I think there is ways into this deck that are just very interesting. As you said, it's very gimmicky and it's going to be quite a bit clunky with like the Z battle cards and with the limitations in the Z deck. I think it's very important to point that out. Am I going to play the heck out of this game? Yes. Out of this deck? Yes, I am, because Majin Buu is just like every time they've done Buu, be it in the set 2, be it set 3, be it set 6, and now this, and even the Universal Onslaught one, with the set 9 one where you just lost your hand. Like, I've really just always enjoyed what they bring to the table with Majin Buu, and I think they hit the theme almost spot on every time they do it.
I would say that this deck is going to be quite good. Not this deck. The Z leader is going to be really good because it's going to be like Trunks Cheetah. It's going to be very good control deck. We're going to be running your 8 drops and your 1 drops. And I don't think you're going to be running a lot of the other engine. You might be running 1 starter to run the blocker, but because red has a lot of removal for ignoring barrier, mostly I'm thinking about Kaioken.
Yeah, I could see that. I think that's fair.
That's the problem. This deck loses really badly going into red matchup because they're going to side in Kaioken.
That's...
Kaioken, pay 2 red energy. I'm going to remove your 2 drop before you do anything with it.
Yeah, that will be real bad.
I think that's where the problem is. Red is one of the most prevalent colors at the moment, and this deck is losing badly against it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Again, I don't think it's gonna impact the meta too much, especially because Trunks Cheetah got a lot of support.
Oh yeah,
and it got more support this set.
I think if Trunks Cheetah is going to be hit, going into this Z leader is going to be the next best step. Especially it can Z awaken fairly quickly because at 4 life.
4 or less life for 1 energy, I think totally a fair trade off.
Yeah. And then it's going to be playing off of that free drop that plays itself when you discard, and then you're going to discard a card for it, KO one of the rested cards, then use your leader to KO another of the rested cards, then you're going to play the 1 drop. You see where this is going, right?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And to be fair, what I would like to see maybe in terms of something we haven't really seen too much in this game, if at all, is like if we get a few extra cards, because there's been very little extra cards for this deck. Like if we get a counter that increases the Boo cost, so and negate the attack and then increase the attack the cost of your margin by 1 until the start of until the end of your next turn.
I think it would need to go in increments of 2.
That 2, yeah. If it's 2, then that's
1
fine.
as well. No, 1 as well, because 1 then would give you the starter, right? 1 drops would be 2 drops, 3 drop would be a 4 drop.
Yeah,
So
and I
yeah,
think that'd
I
be,
could see that. Actually, I could see that. I would
and I
like
think
to
that'd be
see
really fun.
a BBD card that lets you recycle some of the boos.
Yeah, a Bibbidi Unison or something. I could see that.
Oh yeah, the deck doesn't have a unison, does it?
Deck doesn't have a unison. It's a very intriguing deck. It feels
Yeah.
very old school Dragon Ball Super card
But
game.
Vegeta didn't have unison either.
No, that's true. It's Yellow's been a very interesting set for this new set. Overall, though, I do think I like it. Um, can I see it performing super well in the meta? Not right now. But is it a deck I'm going to play, and you can expect some gameplay on this channel of it? Yeah, I think that's fair to
I
say.
think both of the yellow decks showed really well what they can do with the Z stack.
Yeah, really good outing of the Z stat mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a best summary of this. The Z stack is shown in here really well. Boo is suffering from the small Z deck.
Yeah, but it does like show their flexibility already with that Z stack and what it can mean, and that excites me. Paired with the new things that they're trying with leaders, it just makes so much like this game. Whenever I felt like it's gonna be like, oh, maybe they're running out of ideas, they do something or like just have an inkling in there where I'm just like, oh no, they're still going. They've still got stuff. They've got plenty of things in the gas. And it's great to see, and it's great to have it as a player. So if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you did like this video, leaving a like. It does really help it. It gets out in the algorithm. It shows YouTube that you love it, and more people see it and can help build this amazing Dragon Ball / card game community we're building here at Players Guild. I've been Scott Sedman, joined by Lucas Smith, and we'll see you next time.